Hello everyone and welcome to another Teen Tuesday cosplay edition. Today we're going to talk about cosplay makeup 101. But first, quickly, I'd like to talk about why I think it's important to wear makeup when you're cosplaying. So it's definitely not required, but I think that it's something that really is another simple thing that really brings up the quality of your cosplay. So you may be really happy with how your natural face looks even in your own cosplay in person, but a part of cosplay is taking photos, either taking photos with your friends, or if you get to a point that you want to do paid shoots with people at conventions, you're probably going to take a lot of photos. And how your face looks in person and how your face looks in photos, especially when you're wearing a wig and a full cosplay, looks a lot different. Especially if there's flash being used, it really washes you out and you look a lot different than you do in person. So even if you usually don't wear makeup every day, or you're a guy and you want to get into cosplay and you're like, well, I'm a guy and I'm going to cosplay all, male characters. I don't need to wear makeup. I would still recommend that you do because, again, it's an affordable way. There are tons of drugstore brands out there that are great and as good quality as other expensive brands of makeup, and it really does just add a lovely finishing touch to your look. So today we're going to do a look that I like to call the no makeup look, and not because it doesn't require any makeup to do, but it's my go-to look for when characters look like they don't wear makeup or they don't wear a lot of makeup. It's kind of a way to replicate a natural look, but enhance your features in a way that's going to really play nicely on camera. So I'm not in cosplay today because my kind of order of operations when I get into cosplay is I do makeup first, so I don't get any makeup on my cosplay, and then I'll usually get into my cosplay and put my wig on. If I was going to wear a wig, I would put the wig cap on first when I was putting on all my makeup. But I'm just going to pull it back to get my hair out of my way for today. And a note here, this would be the point if you wanted to use colored contacts for your cosplay that you would put in colored contacts. I don't wear them personally. But if you want to use colored contacts to change your eye color, which I recommend you talk to your eye doctor about, and only them, not people on the internet, this would be the point so that you're not trying to put in your colored contacts with makeup on and messing up your makeup. But I'm not going to do that, so we're going to move right into it. So first I start off with concealer. I'm also not going to talk about brands today because I feel like that's gonna just could be a conversation in itself, but all these types of products are very easy to find at the drugstore. Play around, they're usually very affordable, so you can find one that you really like. So I'm gonna conceal under my eyes. I have some dark circles under my eyes that I'd rather not be in photos of my cosplay. I'm gonna conceal a little redness on my nose. That's about it for today, but if I had some other blemishes on other parts of my face, I would conceal those as well. And then I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend it out. You can get these everywhere now, super cheap. I love a beauty blender. I don't know what we did without them. I wet mine in a little water beforehand so that it doesn't get super saturated with product when I use it. And then next I'm going to do my foundation. I use like a BB cream tinted moisturizer most of the time. It's only cosplays where where I think having really full coverage would I use something else. And again, foundation is like a really personal thing, so play around, figure out what brands and what colors that you think look good on you and match your skin. If you go to a place like Ulta or some type of makeup store, people there will help you. Ooh. And then we're going to go back in with our beauty blender and blend this out. So you want to make sure that you're not only covering all parts of your face, but that you're going down on your neck a bit. So if your foundation color is a little bit different than the color of your neck, it doesn't look like you have like a line where the makeup stops. Just making sure I'm happy with how blended out everything is. I'm gonna go back in with my concealer because there's just a couple spots that I'm not totally happy with how covered they are. But basically just blend everything out until you're happy with how covered everything is and it looks natural. Next I'm gonna go on to my eyes, but if you have really oily skin and you're someone who's worried about shine and getting oily or shiny looking throughout the day, this might be the step where you'd want to apply powder, either translucent powder or a setting powder are things you'll see on the store when you go to buy makeup. Both of them are essentially the same. Translucent powder just usually doesn't have any pigment in it, whereas some setting powders you'll have to pick a shade that's close to your skin. But I feel good about this, so I'm going to go right into the eyes. So one of the things I like about this look is it really covers all the basic like foundational skills for doing makeup, and then you can just change things around for each character in different looks that you want to do. So if your character looks like they wear heavier eye makeup or different colors on their eyes that's noticeable, you just play around with different eyeshadows and add that in. You can play around with the eyeliner shape to change the makeup look. Change the color palette of anything, the eyes, the color blush you use, the color you use on your lip, and can really take this look and then make it a bunch of different looks, which is why I thought I would show it to you today. So for my eyes, I'm just going to use like this super neutral color right here to just make my eyelids look even, but like I said, this is our no makeup look. So we don't want it to look like there's any eyeshadow on our eyes. We just want to make sure our eyelids look like an even color. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker brown shade into my crease. So you might be thinking, well, that doesn't look super natural close up. And no, it doesn't. But again, far away at a distance on photos, I'm really defining your eye and accentuating where naturally shadows would be on it. Really helps your features come across more clearly. So I'm going to use this one, which the second most used one in this palette because it's what I use on my crease all the time. And I'm just using like a fluffy brush that's meant to be like a crease brush, so it's small, but it's not flat like other eyeshadow brushes that are meant for doing your lid. And I'm going to blend this out. I don't want it to be super obvious and there be a really pronounced line. I just want it to be a little bit darker above in my crease. And I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can tell it in person that this is just, you know, a little bit more defined and dramatic than this eye. But not by much. Again, we're going for subtle. We're going for no makeup. Okay, once you're happy with how things look on both sides, can move on to eyeliner. So I'm going to use a gel eyeliner. So gel eyeliner comes in this little pot, and then you use an eyeliner brush to apply it. So a very tiny angled brush like this. But if you are a beginner at eyeliner, I would recommend getting something. Let me open the right end up. Nope. Something like this. So it's like a felt tipped pen, especially if you're trying to learn how to do cat eyes and more complicated eyeliner. This is great because it goes on like liquid eyeliner, but you have a lot more control over this. But I'm going to use my gel because I want a real subtle line. So I'm going to use black because, again, it's something that I want to show up on camera. But if you were really, really looking to do something subtle and like you weren't wearing makeup, you can also do it in brown. I do that sometimes for if I'm doing a more masculine look or character. If you really don't want it to look like they're wearing eyeliner, but you do want to thicken up your lash line, you can do brown. And you can also do brown mascara, but we'll get there. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, so I'm going to try to do eyeliner and then still you be able to see. I don't know how beauty gurus do this. So I'm just going right along the lash line. I don't want it to be a super thick line. You also can always add after you go through one time, but it is much harder to take away. So I know I just did it a little bit, but you want to try to avoid stretching out your eyelid. You want to just hold your eye really natural, because if you stretch out your eyelid, your eyelid skin was in a different place than it was when you stop and you let go, and so your eyeliner is going to look a lot different than it did when you had your eyelid skin all stretched out. So just to close it and hold it as naturally as you can. And then usually I'll open my eye once I get to the end of my eye. And so then I can stand to have something close to my eye while it's still open so that I can get the most natural looking line. So I'm happy with that. I got some on my bottom lid. That's okay. Take care of that after. Just doing the other side. In my opinion, eyeliner is like the hardest part because you have to get both of your eyes to look even. And just it's generally hard anyway. I don't think eyes were meant to have things really close to them. So it will take a lot of practice to get your eyeliner skills where you want them. Okay. Now I'm going to apply mascara, but first I'm going to curl my eyelashes. The trick to curling your eyelashes, because forever I was like, this doesn't do anything, I don't know why I keep doing this, is to, again, I have to like look in the mirror and also be on camera, to go all the way to the edge of your lash line and clamp down as hard as you can. And then to open it a little and move a little bit further down your lashes and clamp down as hard as you can. And then move even closer to the end and clamp down. I feel like I have a weird shaped eye, and so I kind of have to curl the outside of my lashes and then get the inner lashes so they're all curled the same amount. Making funny faces while you apply makeup is inevitable, so you just have to roll with it. Especially doing stuff near your eyes. I don't know. It's science. I think they wrote about it. There's an article out there somewhere I think I read that it's science, so you have to open your mouth to do eye makeup good. Okay, so now I'm going to apply mascara. Because I did black eyeliner, I'm going to apply black mascara, but like I said, if you want it to be a more subtle eye look and not look like you're wearing mascara, you can, I would say for masculine, like for male characters, to skip it and skip curling your eyelashes, but also you can use brown or like a black brown. They sell a bunch of different shades of mascara, so you can get something that's a little more subtle than black. Try not to put the mascara on too thick because then it'll look clumpy. Just go through until you're happy with how coated all of your eyelashes are. And then stop. I'm just going to do my top lashes. Some people really like to do both lashes, but top and bottom lashes, again, is less subtle, so the more kind of makeup you do, the less and less subtle it'll be. So I'm gonna skip the bottom lashes. Okay. And then, again, if it's something that I know is going to be photographed and I'm going to be on camera a lot, or if I'm going to a convention, so it's likely that people might stop me for pictures a lot, I'll do a lot of I'll do a little bit of light contouring, but I'm going to put a disclaimer now, I'm not an expert at contouring. I kind of just do what I do and it looks okay, but there are lots and lots of tutorials out there if you want to become a pro at contouring. But I just use like this super light kind of bronzer contour color. I got it in like a sampler pack. But you also can use brown eyeshadow, especially if you want a contour that's not sparkly. Using a matte eyeshadow to do contouring is also. And I'm doing this kind of like smaller fluffy brush so that I can get a real defined line without spreading too much product everywhere. So I'm going to make the fish face. And then you want a line cutting under your cheekbone, kind of going from like your ear to your mouth almost. And then you kind of want to make a 3. I start with that, but you want the color to be like a 3. So you want a little bit on your temples as well. Basically anywhere that shadow would fall on your face. And then to define your jawline. So if you were to do it in one motion, it would be like this and then this. That's the 3. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Dropping things. Okay. Then I'm going to apply some blush, just using a pinky color, but again, the colors is up to you. Whatever you feel like will suit your character best is what you should choose, and suit your coloring best. Again, people at makeup stores, and there's probably also lots of resources online, will help you figure out, like, with your skin tone, what will work best for you. But I like this subtle pink for most looks. I think it works. And so you kind of want that to be above where that line that you drew, and also going towards your hairline. Basically, you want to put it anywhere that you naturally would change color when you blush, because you're creating an artificial blush. Picking up the thing I dropped. And this step, if you wanted, you could add a little highlighter, but again, we're going for subtle, and so sparkly isn't something that's usually naturally occurring, but if you want a little bit of sparkle in your look, you could apply some highlighter on the top of your cheekbones. And then last but not least, I'm going to put on some lip color. So I've got this lipstick that it doesn't look like a nude color, but kind of once you put it on, it is a fairly neutral color. But I'm not gonna put it on very heavily because again, we're going for a no makeup look. So I'm gonna put like a little on in the middle of my lips. And then I'm gonna spread it out with my finger to the rest of my lips and kind of diffuse the color so that it's just adding a little bit of a tint and enhancing my natural lip color a little bit. And then I would be ready to go out on the con floor if I was wearing, obviously once I got dressed, but also if I was wearing a wig that was brown. If I was wearing a wig that was not close to my natural color or my natural eyebrow color, this is the point, well, at any point you could do it, when you change your your eyebrow color. Otherwise, I personally don't do anything to my eyebrows. I know some people fill theirs in, but mine are already pretty full, so I don't. But again, if you're interested in filling in your eyebrows, lots of tutorials online to do that. But changing the color of it, I got this on Arta Wigs as well. They sell makeup there. It's like a Japanese, I think it's like a cosplay specific brand of beige mascara. They also sell white. So beige I use for blonde wigs, and then white I would use if I wanted to use eyeshadow to change my eyebrow color to like a completely unnatural, like anime-esque hair color, like blue or green or purple. And then also, if you want to, you can spray a little setting spray on everything to set your whole look, and then you are ready to go. So thank you everyone for watching, and comment down below on if there's any other cosplay related topics that you'd like me to talk about. And then maybe I'll do some more videos for Teen Tuesday. Stay safe, Cranston.